Hello everybody and welcome to Oregairu Season 3 Episode 8 Anime Review, an episode that marks the beginning of the end, so to speak. Basically, you can definitely tell that after this episode, we're going to be full systems go on. Basically, what I'm going to assume is going to be making Yui sad, and then therefore making me sad. Maybe not, but you know, the way this is all laid out, I think I've got a rough idea how it might go. I'll get to that, at the end, because it's a good way to end it. But yeah, other than that, the prom problem sorted itself out very nicely. Just to put it bluntly, it was a thing that happened. Good stuff. Anyway, let's get into the episode, see how everything went down and everything. Let's do this. We begin with your boy Hikigaya talking to your no one's boy, Hayama. He's no one's boy, nobody likes Hayama. Trying to get him to help out. Unfortunately though, the captain's squad or whatever they're called, I forget exactly what they were, that's how little importance they are. They're already helping out the Stukao, we'll call them that, the Stukao. So obviously, can't help Hikigaya. And Hikigaya's like, okay bro, but why don't you help me yourself? And he's like, that is literally the last thing I want to do. Because they're this weird thing where they hate each other, but they don't, That's kind of how I describe them. Absolutely cannot stand each other, but at the same time, they're best friends. That's how I describe them, I think. He remembered that, hey, he should have helped Yukino back then, way back in the day, instead of just half-heartedly trying it, and then, things could have gone better. And then he tells Hikigaya, you're going about this the wrong way, right? And Hikigaya's like, yeah, I know. Only you could say that, and I know. Basically, this is to prove that it's not codependence because she doesn't want his help, but he wants to help anyway. Therefore, it's not codependence. And you can see the logic, but I mean, someone pokes holes in it later, which we'll get to. But you know what that emotion is called? It's called a man's pride. Is that what Hayama was getting at? Maybe, or maybe Hayama was like, idiot. You don't even realize what your heart thinks. Or not. Who knows? I can't say, that's for damn sure. To the beach for fun time. Yui got the other girls to help, Mira and the other one. What the hell? Ebina. That's the one. See, I remember names. It's easy. Basically, it's an old beach Photoshop. There's a lot Photoshoot. There's a lot of pictures going on and everything. It's great stuff. Ebina is not being in the pictures because she's talking to your boy Hiki. But then after a while, she says a similar thing to him about, hey, there's an easier way you could be doing this. Loads of fun going on. She strips the girls off even though it's cold, but they got to look nice and everything for the pictures. So that all happens and everything. A lot of pictures, a lot of funsies. I did find it kind of funny when they were doing that. The boys were looking to either side like, okay, we're not watching this, but we totally are watching this. You get what I'm saying. But yeah, relatively, the photo thing went off without a hitch. Also, this is the first appearance of them this season, properly, which is kind of weird when you think about it. Because, you'd expect them to have shown up before now, but hey, who knows? I don't, that's for sure. I said that already. Drat. Those two nerds have finished the website. Can I say that? We'll leave that in, that's fine. They finished the website. The plan is a go-go, which is great and everything. Hikigaya does a big old thank you, proper sincere and everything. It sort of weirds them out a little bit. They're like, okay, this is odd. I'm not a fan of this. Hikigaya calls a plan, because someone needs to leak this info. Who could that possibly be? We all called it, didn't we? We all know he was calling Haruno. That's what it was. They go meet at a local coffee chain, like a restaurant. I don't really know. She doesn't really exactly get why he's doing this because, hey, she didn't want help and everything. She's sussed him out exactly the whole, hey, it's not codependence thing. And she's like, but that's just semantics. It's still the same, really, isn't it? And I'm like, she's right though, isn't she? It sucks that she's right, but she is right. It's. Yeah, not a great thing. Yui says, hey, it's not codependence because... No, that's later on. I'm sorry, I messed up. She says, hey, just watching over her, that basically just means keeping away, and I don't think that's the right thing. There is no right answer in this situation. Everybody has reasonable points, which is fine, but it does seem... I mean, I'm honestly at the point where I don't know how this is going to wrap up, and that's exciting. He says, hey, we have to bring this to a proper end. And then she's like, even if nobody wants the ending you're going to give? And he's like, yeah, that's completely fine. So a lot of not monologuing, what's the word? Metaphors? No, it's not the right word either. I don't know the right word. Who knows? He says, what was it? It was like, even if I did have a true feeling or something, I wouldn't tell you that, Haruno. And it's like, it's a bit harsh. So sort of like Hikigaya implying, yeah, I know I like her, but I'm not going to tell you that. You know, you're not the person I need to say them words to. Which, I mean, yeah, true, but you know, he's not going to do it. He's not going to do that. She's like, okay, after hearing all this, she agrees to do the leak and everything, but says, hey, your aunt's my mum. She's right. You know, she's not an easy customer. It's going to be tough, but you do have a chance with all this and everything. And then on the way home, Yui asks Hikigaya, what was that about the codependence that she was on about, huh? You didn't fill me in on that bit, Hiki. What's up with that? What is she talking about? You gotta let me know. Hikigaya has a visitor at the school. Isn't that exciting? Who is it? Then very quickly, Hiratsuka asks him to go eat ramen with her. So ramen date. You got it. You've completed the sensei route, Hikigaya. Good job. It's Yukino Mama. Sorry, not Yuiga Mama. Yukino Mama. She knows about the site and everything. It's not the only thing she knows. She also knows this was a dummy event that's not actually going to take place because she's smart. She's on the same wavelength as Hikigaya, it seems. Hiratsuka shows the paper with all the stuff on it written on to sort this out. Yukino Mama basically says, yeah, it's not going to be enough to convince them. Sorry about that, lads and lass. Sure, we'll go with that. Hikigaya's plan is, okay, we're nobodies, but if we get her to do it, it might work. So he says, hey, Yukino Mama, can you convince them for us, basically? And she's like, no, not really. But then he's like, oh, by the way, my name is Hachiman Hikigaya. And then she's like, oh, you're the one we hit with the car. That's not good, you know? He says it too, he's like, I'm the only one that could play such a dirty low move. And he's like, basically, is it guilt? Is it, I don't know what you want to call it. Well, guilt tripping, maybe? That's the sort of way of explaining it. It was like, you hit me with a car, you owe me one, basically. And yeah, then she's like, alright, fine, I'll speak to him. It's the lowest of the low moves, you know what, everyone's got that thing that they just do not, like, if someone brings it up to you, it's like, okay, you're dead to me now. It's like that, basically. It's like, okay, you know, bygones and all that, but I'm going to use it to my advantage whenever I can. And that's basically what Hikigaya did. So, mission accomplished though. You got Yukino Mama on board with trying to sort this prom thing out. So you've done it, Hikigaya, all by yourself. It's not what you wanted though, was it? Because there's no way that this wasn't going to get out how this really went down. You may think you're in the background, but this background is hell of a lot in the foreground, if you get what I'm saying. Hayama asks Haruno about using the word codependence because he's like, you're the only one who would put that in his head. Why would you do such a thing? Haruno also wants to see a genuine thing. That's all she's interested in. Genuinity. What's that word? Genuity. Genuine things. Words are hard, guys. Much like your boy Hiki. Yui went back after talking to Hikigaya to ask her where she fits in the whole codependence thing. And it's pretty much simple. She is to Hikigaya what Hikigaya is to Yukino, basically. He relies on her. She likes being relied on, so she just does whatever, you know, whatever he says, or not whatever he says, helps her out. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Which is, you know, a similar thing. Yui says, no, it's not codependence, because this bloody hurts. My heart is, as I said, beating. Burning is a better word, and that's pretty much it. Hayama, after all this, tries to say to Haruno, out of flashback now, that hey, some, you know, feelings could be born from that. She's like, nope, impossible. And then she's like, you should know that better than anyone. So, if I remember right, Hayama did something or didn't do something, which is why she's mad at him. And then he's like, you really hate me, don't you? And she's like, no, Daisuke. And I'm like, do you hate the boy or do you love him, Haruno? Help a man out, because I can't figure this out. I can't imagine how poor Hayama? No, he's not a poor Hayama. How Hayama feels, I don't want to give him that much credit. Hikigaya goes back to the service club with what feels like forever. It really does. Yukino's there staring out of the window looking all, what's a good word? Forlorn? We'll go with forlorn. The revised plan was approved, hooray. Yukino isn't an idiot though. because you know she's basically figured out, like he says, yeah, looks like I lost, and then she's like, no, you won. You know you won. She knew he'd make it work somehow, and because she knew he'd make it work, that's because she trusts him so much, therefore dependence, basically. And she says, Hikigaya, right, they have a little tussle about it. They're like, no, man, you won. No, you won, basically. And then she's like, fine, I won, and that means that you do whatever I say. What is it? And then she goes on about how she had fun with everything that goes on. It shows a little montage through the series. It was kind of nice to see. But then it's like, this is the end now. And she tells him to grant Yui's wish. And boy, and then prays it's the correct ending. And I'm like, well, we're heading to an ending, that's for sure. So here's where this was the end of the episode. Here's where what's the word? The miscommunication, I guess, happens. So Yukino wants Yui's wish to be granted. However, Yui has already well, maybe not accepted, but she knows that Hiki likes Yukino, right? So her new wish is for them to get together, but for them to all stay friends, I guess. I think that's how I'm interpreting it. I could be miles off, but that is just how my my tiny little pea brain is interpreting these events. But we weren't quite done. We weren't quite done. No, we weren't. I said it was the end of the episode. I lied to you. I lied to you, people. We had a post-credit scene. Let's get to the post-credit scene. So Yukino meets Yui. I guess it's starting to warm up. It didn't look like it was warm. It still looked fairly cold, if you ask me, but I'll trust Yui's word. Whatever. Yukino basically fills around and everything. Yeah, the proms works and everything, but also sort of slips that I know you two were behind it, basically. Like, I know it was you two that did it, really. And then she sees Yukino smile, and she realizes, oh, it's not going to go back to how it was before our relationship has ended and everything. So that's pretty bad for Yui. But hey, maybe now they can try and get a true relationship, a true friendship, true everything ship. Just a ship. Just want to see the three of them explore the land and the sea on a ship. I don't know where I'm going with this. But yeah, that was where we ended. I'm sort of wondering where this is going to go from now. They're going to be awkward around each other. Is Yui going to take her chance? She doesn't even want to take her chance anymore, but she does. It's like conflicting feelings and all that. Christ, it's... Oh, yeah, that's the only way I can describe it. It's, we're what, 2/3 of the way through? And it's blitzed by, to be honest. I can't believe we're this far already. But what can you do? What can you do? Let's get to what was my favourite part of the episode. So my favourite part of the episode is quite simple. I decided to go for a bit of a lighter thing this time. Although saying that, last week it was the rap battle, and that was also sort of a lighter thing. So anyway, what I'm trying to say is, I liked the whole episode, but I think my final, it was like the bit where Hikigaya brought up the car accident to, basically get what he wanted was genius. I loved it. It was so underhanded, so sneaky, so conniving, so Hikigaya that I loved it. It was great. I don't really need to explain more on it than that. It was solid. But anyway, I liked the whole episode. Let's not just let's be clear. I'm flummoxed. Can't figure out where they're going with it, to be honest. Like, we got 4 episodes left and it could go in any which direction. I feel like Yui's going to get I Love Amelia at some point, but I mean, we need Hikigaya to say it, like, hey, I love Yukino, because that's where we're going. I can feel it in my bones. If that's not where we're going, then that would be, I'll eat a hat. I'll find a hat. If there's a closet back there, I'll find it and I'll eat a hat. And I'll do it on camera too, just for you. Where am I going with this? Don't know. But anyway, I've started rambling, so that's a good sign that I need to end this video. Thank you, everybody, for watching this review. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please consider subscribing and stuff for more reviews. That would help me out a lot. I will see you next week for another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.